Welcome to Norman, Oklahoma, and the heart of the Sooner Nation. Memorial Stadium already rocking with the sounds of Boomer Sooner. We're going to hear that all day. And wow, do we have a fun one here ahead. A top 10 team walking into the snake pit of an environment, just trying to get out alive. This will be fun, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on another SEC team, the Oklahoma Sooners. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. Now that we've talked long enough, Kirk, let's get this game going. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield with a 48.
Chris, it feels good to see an LSU team be able to run the football when you know they're going to run. I mean, they've been doing that forever, going all the way back to Jacob Hester and Kevin Falk. His ability to run the ball and catch out of the backfield, Leonard Fournette, and of course Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that great 2019 team. And now, LSU stable of backs again.
The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
Well, the offense tries to go with the play action to slow this defense down, but they weren't buying. They applied the pressure and came up with the sack.
First down sack pushes the ball back. Second down coming up. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play. And the punt team now on to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. And a low line drive, ugly punt. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? From the shotgun, handoff inside. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
After a first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 23. Handoff here from the shotgun. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. And he drops back in the gun. The pocket breaking down. And the sophomore making an impact play.
I talk a lot about defensive ends arguably being some of the best athletes on the field. Here's an example of a guy that's just too quick off the edge for the offensive line to be able to contain. He got in there in a heartbeat and came up with that sack.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. No fair catch. He feels the punt. Good effort by the return man. They get it. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackle made after the completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
They bring him down at the 45 and a solid gain to keep this drive going.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Tackle is made. That's a short gain, well short of the marker.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
It was a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
Receiver in motion now. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Looking to score with a wide receiver handoff here. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Keeping it on the ground here. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. A timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And the receivers got it. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches to go. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their first timeout. So here we go. They're going to go for it on fourth and inches in their own territory. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Flips it to the running back, but he's got work to do. It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Looking to throw it deep. Oh, and he's got it inside the 15. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, that's exactly what you love to see here in this two-minute offense. You come up with a big play, and all of a sudden your mindset gets much more aggressive. You're not thinking just about 3 points. Maybe take some shots, get the ball into the end zone.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
He's knocked down at the 7-yard line.
6th play of the drive coming up. And the tailback's got it again. And they'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Boy, how exciting has this first half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. Snags a quick throw. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route. You prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call.
Holding. Offense.
Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. Offense self-destructing. Penalty makes it 1st and 20. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
It's a quick grab. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
That's caught. It's Ware. The gain picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Man, Chris, what a great job by this offense to be able to pick up this first down. He had to come off his primary, meaning the offensive line had to give the quarterback a little bit more time, allow him to work through his progressions. Eventually, he finds the drag route for the first.
Handoff from the shotgun. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Joseph. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
There's a nice play by this defense after giving up a huge gain. They're able to turn things around, recalibrate, and get after that quarterback for that sack.
The sack sets up second down. Here comes a handoff. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Every now and then, we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen.
Touchdown, Tigers! They'll take the lead in the second half. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? Single back takes the handoff. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
Brings up second down.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Looking to pass here on second down. Pressure is coming. And the pass is incomplete on the final play of this quarter. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Makes a quick catch. And that'll pick up a first down out of the 37. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
Oh, that one really hurts for this defense. They get these guys to third down, a chance to maybe get them off the field, and they give up a first down late in the game, the clock will continue to roll.
Ball handed off. Gets into space at the 50. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Here comes a first down pass attempt. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
It's second down.
Two backs now flanking the quarterback. The shotgun handoff here. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time, Kirk.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now.
Boy, what an incredible job here by this defense on third down. Now to set up a pivotal fourth down play. The question is, does the offense go for it and be aggressive, or do they punt it away and trust their defense to get a win?
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. He didn't make it. Stop. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line, because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route, and the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
He's brought down at the 43-yard line. Good enough for a first down.
First down here for this offense. And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Brings up second down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Got space looking for the end zone here. And he will score. Touchdown, LSU. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Can they play keep away here? Just protect this lead in the final 2 minutes. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Important second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Picked off, a crucial turnover. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Fighting him off. And the sophomore brought down after an excellent run. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. New set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. They lose yards on 1st down, so 2nd and long from the 16. They're going to run it. And they'll stop him short at the line to gain. So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. Well, here we are, midpoint of the season, and this group is still marching along undefeated, chasing a perfect record and getting a lot of attention, Kirk, at this point.
Well, they're as good as anybody we've seen all year long in college football. They are headed towards that college football playoff and a shot at a national championship. Now, the thing is, they just need to remain focused on each week that lies ahead of them. If they're able to do that, we've got a dangerous football team here.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.